Hello and welcome to SMTV. We're glad to have you with us today. I'm Duncan Gilman.
And I'm Jeff Kilman.
This past year, we were thrust right in the middle of major political campaigning, and one that really highlighted the divisive nature of society. Tweet after tweet and Facebook post after Facebook post revealed what was really a truly divided country. The question is social media helping or hurting that process?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is worth debate. I think this is something that really I haven't heard a whole lot about inside of the social media news of how much of this are we causing? How much is social media causing this divisive nature? We hear about the 24-hour news cycle all the time, and we hear about how that's moving more and more, but how much of this could really be part of moving social media and social media taking this open architecture of where my voice has to be heard over yours?
Yeah, and I think it can continue after the campaign is over, but it hasn't really, which is interesting.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit off air about how funny it was that, I had friends who were just, blowing up Facebook with everything about their political candidate of choice and following every little bit and piece about policy and this and how their political choice was so much better than the opposition. And then the election happens, and it's like we're back to posting pictures of kittens and babies and Gangnam Style. Yeah, right. So I do wonder how much of it was noise. I need to be part of the noise versus I really have a strong opinion about what's right for this political event, what's right for our society, what's right about this actual piece of policy, what could really drive things, versus how much I just want to be part of the argument.
Right.
And I was mentioning the 24-hour news cycle, and I think it's become the battering ram. It's become the punching bag for why we're here, why we're so divisive.
Right.
It's because Fox and CNN and they got to fill a 24-hour news cycle. Well, I think we're just as much a part of that. We're in a 24-hour social media cycle.
Absolutely.
That has to be filled.
Yeah.
And the difference is instead of the media elite filling that news space, everybody has to fill it. And I see you filling it, and I feel like I need to chime in.
As a business, now I know that depending on what people post and what their political stance is, that gives me more insight to who my customers are.
Sure.
But if I'm posting as my business, should I get in the political game or not?
Yeah, I mean, I leave this to the personal business owners of, how important is this to you? I'm a big believer that that needs to be your personal decision and your personal choices, and you got to make a decision. Is that a pillar of your business? If it is, then absolutely, you should be a part of it. If it's not a pillar of your business and it's a personal choice, then you need to keep that to a personal side of your social media. But I do think it raises an interesting point around, as a business, how much noise are we causing? How much noise are we causing inside of social media just to feel like we're part of a conversation versus adding value? So back to, am I just adding noise to this argument on policy or presidential candidates? Or as a brand, am I just adding noise into Facebook and into Twitter? Or am I actually adding value to that conversation? And I would challenge a lot of our brands that are out there. Are we adding noise to the argument? Are we adding noise to just social media? I saw a post today from a very, very large brand that had a picture of an Atari game and said, "Remember this." They have absolutely nothing to do with video games. They have nothing to do with the 1980s. It was just a random poll question that was thrown out. That's adding noise to my Facebook feed. That kept me away from different things inside of my Facebook feed. I don't need that brand playing there. I'd love to see them playing around real quality content.
Right, assuming the name of the company wasn't Throwback Thursday, Inc.
In which case it would have been a perfect
It'd be very appropriate,
yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
That's going to wrap up today's edition of SMTV. As always, Jeff, thanks for joining me. Any last words you want to throw in?
I think today is all about discernment and quality of your conversation.
That sounds great to me. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're Splash Media, and I'm Duncan Gilman.
And I'm Jeff Kilman. Thanks for watching.